John sent me a thing, and since this is kind of what we cover, like that we try to cover music festivals, right?
Yes.
Like pretty much if there's a funny one coming, we have to do it. And John sent me one that like I'd almost be willing to drive to because
the one that I sent you from Ontario.
Yeah, it's not that far, right? It's like probably 6 hours.
Well, Sarnia's a little northwest. Like you're probably more
past Toronto.
Oh yeah. You're probably more like maybe 9 or 10 hours to there.
Why do they call it Borderfest then? What's it on the border of?
Well, it's on the border, but it's not like. Okay, hold on. I'm looking up how long it is from Columbus to Sarnia.
Narnia, you got to go through a mirror.
Oh, actually, wow, it's way shorter than I thought. You're only 4 hours and 20 minutes away.
Yeah, I wonder why they call it border.
I see. So it is, it's actually southwest of Toronto. I was thinking it was north of Toronto, but yeah, that makes more sense. Yeah, it's kind of like looks like it's about an hour and a bit northeast of Detroit.
Yeah, so
you would be able to go around Lake Erie. I was thinking you would have to go the other way. So yeah. Anyway, don't know my U.S. geography very well.
So night one, and it feels like is this like
it's going in the wrong order. So night one is on the bottom,
right?
Like Thursday is night one, Friday, and then the big night is on Saturday.
And can you buy a full weekend ticket?
I mean, of course, I would assume. I mean, it's
I'm curious because each night is wildly different.
Yeah,
kind of.
Well, sort of. I mean, I think you can get there. You can get there for Friday, Saturday. You could imagine it's a little bit. I think they're kind of somewhat related, but Thursday is definitely not related. But yeah, let me see here.
Wives. It's
the
Vanilla
weekend
Ice.
pass is sorry. I'm just I'll check in here. Blue Water Borderfest 3-night pass is $250 Canadian dollars.
I know you have to charge that much because of the amount of bands on it, and some of them are pretty big bands. But when we start naming the band, you'll be like, that shouldn't cost that much.
No, they do have a VIP experience for $50 more.
What
where you get? You get closer to the stage viewing experience, extra bar service, and washrooms. But it looks like it's all like standing. Like, so if you have a general admission ticket for the lawn, you can bring a lawn chair or a blanket. But in the VIP area, you cannot bring a chair. So you have to stand the whole time if you're in the VIP area.
Oh, that seems fair. I mean, we're going to the Pride Festival in Louisville in June because Chapel Rowan's playing there. My kid wanted to see it, and it's $10 to get in. And I'm starting to
$10 to see Chapel Rowan?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's where we're going.
Chapel's popping off.
I know the verified resale tickets here are so crazy expensive. So she's playing this Pride Fest in Kentucky. We're going to drive down there and see her. And I'm starting to wonder who the other bands are because it seems, I don't know. I'm worried that like we're going to get there and they're like, you're not allowed to watch her. You only paid $10.
Right. Because they probably blew their wad on Chapel Rowan, right?
Yeah. So night one of this thing is now there's one very funny one. The other ones, you got your Color Me Bad. You got your Vanilla Ice. You got your Young MC. We all know
the
those.
Night of the I Love the 90s tour. They're just bringing it to this festival.
But then I really love CNC Music Factory featuring Freedom Williams. Which probably, when they add a guy's name to something,
you haven't heard
there's a story.
Yeah.
Well, isn't he the one that does the rap? And it's like, here is the ball, back on the bass.
Oh, maybe. I
think he's the rap. He's the guy that does the rap in that song.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, okay. Gonna make you sweat.
But first of all, can't imagine
because it sounds like he was the rapper on the song originally. So it looks like it's maybe like a Flyleaf featuring Lacey Sturm situation where he left the band and now he insists on being billed as part of the band.
Which is always a good story. I mean, like if you see the person in the band's name as part of the band, it's 100% of the time a very funny story. It has to be. You're just picturing negotiations, which in all of, I was going to say, I could not imagine just being like, you have to bill me like as, you know what, but then I was like, all of my URLs are Murder X Bryan. But I couldn't, it's not because, it's like because I had started them before me and Chris had actually decided to, just work together. So the thing where guys are like, I insist on being named has to have funny negotiations where somebody at CNC Music Factory, which by the way, who the fuck else is in CNC Music Factory? The Gonna Make You Sweat lady is the only other person.
That's Martha Wash. And then they also had like a falling out with her because they didn't credit her vocals, and then she sued them.
Yeah.
So that was also, these guys have really so it sounds like Freedom Williams was in the original, they were in a group called The Crew. So the CNC are two guys named Robert Claviles. He's got an accent there, so looks like that. Claviles and David Cole. So they were known as Claviles and Cole, and then they changed their name to CNC Music Factory. But then it sounds like Freedom Williams was, from what I can tell, this is just a very quick Wikipedia search, but it seems like they decided to go on hiatus, CNC Music Factory. They were like, whatever, we're done. So then Freedom Williams started touring himself under the name CNC Music Factory. So then they tried to sue him to stop this from happening. And then he just acquired the trademark to the name. So Freedom Williams owns the name CNC Music Factory and still tours underneath that name.
And it just makes you wonder a few things. One, I'm very curious at what they're playing other than Gonna Make You Sweat. Like,
they have a few other kind of songs from that album. There's there's another one that you would have heard of. It's sorry, I just closed the page. Things that make you go
things that make you go okay, that's two.
Yeah, so they've got that, and then they also have Here We Go, Let's Rock and Roll, which was apparently a top 10 song as well, but I don't know that either.
I would do a 20-minute version of Gonna Make You Sweat and then a 20-minute version of Things That Make You Go and then I'd walk right off stage feeling good about myself.
You gotta think they play Gonna Make You Sweat twice, right?
Or they extended
them. You're like,
although John, one of the other guys on here, Vanilla Ice, he didn't play Ice Ice Baby when I saw him.
Right.
Not a rap version, not the metal version, none of it. He just didn't play Ice Ice Baby. He played like new songs that sound like pop songs from now. Like, I think if you go to the I Love the, maybe it's because he was at the Gathering of the Juggalos.
Right.
But you would still think that people, even at the Gathering of the Juggalos, would want to hear more stuff from To the Extreme. And he barely played anything from To the Extreme. I didn't get to hear Hooked. I didn't get to hear Stop That Train. I didn't get to hear Ice Ice Baby.
That's so weird. It looks like CNC Music Factory plays 4 songs on the...
That makes sense.
On the I Love the 90s tour. They play Here We Go, Let's Rock and Roll, Things That Make You Go, Do You Want to Get Funky? And then they close with Gonna Make You Sweat.
That's kind of good. That's actually...
For sure. That's the way they package those 90s tours. It's like everybody plays like 3 to 5 songs.
That's what... I would love that then. 3 to 5 songs that are their hits. Don't be coming out here with some other bullshit. Even like CNC Music Factory had to add a couple bullshit songs, but that builds tension to Gonna Make You Sweat, which is what we're all very excited about. You open with Things That Make You Go, and then everybody's standing in the audience like, I remember this song, Things That Make You Go, And then you go into Gonna Make You Sweat, and then people start pulling their hair out when Freedom Williams starts doing his rap, and they just start jumping around. But that's just the first night of this thing. And I will be learning more about CNC Music Factory as soon as we're done recording.
Well, I'll tell you this. On the same tour, Vanilla Ice plays 6 songs.
Oh, that's such heaven.
And he also does it sounds like a DJ, like he does a little DJ set.
Is it DJ?
No. Like it just says on the set list, Vanilla Ice DJing. But so he plays 6 songs and 2 of them are covers. So, I mean, that fucking rules.
I'd love to know the covers.
I will tell you in 1 second. So he starts off the set with Ninja Rap.
That's a good one.
He plays, I don't know if this is a song or if he just does this, but it says freestyle rap. Then he covers Play That Funky Music.
Ooh.
Then he plays Cool as Ice. Ice Ice Baby. He does not finish his set with Ice Ice Baby, but instead he finishes his set with a cover of No Woman, No Cry by Bob Marley.
Okay, I'm telling you, that might have been what basically he did at the gathering of the Juggalos, because he definitely played a song that sounded contemporary of the time that we were there. Like, it sounded kind of like, for lack of a better person, because I don't know, Bruno Mars or something like that. Like, he definitely, it wasn't even Bruno Mars, like LMFAO. He did something that had that more techno vibe than rap.
Right.
That's what he closed with. It was something that nobody had ever heard of. And like, I thought I was going to get to see all the stuff from To the Extreme, which is all that, and Ninja Rap. That's all anybody would want to hear. So anyway, the next night you come back, you got Saint Sonia, which nobody knows who that is.
No idea.
Skillet, which almost made the poll this week until I came up with another idea. So close. Because I've never heard Skillet. And for years, I've been wanting to do 2 Christian bands that aren't P.O.D. as my choices, but I could never find them. And then you got Bush X, because it's in Canada.
It is in Canada, yeah.
Which they should just do the gimmick.
They should keep the X, yeah.
I know. So that's the next night, which is only 3 bands. Or wait, is that another one? Born Riot?
Yeah, I think that's a band. I don't know them though.
Man, if I was Born Riot, I'd be so hot under the collar at how small my logo is on the it is so small. You think it might be a sponsor. And then when you read it, you're like, that's probably a jeans company. For sure. So then on the last night, you got your Our Lady piece headlining, which is very Canadian. Because up next, you got fucking Scott Stapp of Creed. So that probably means he plays Creed songs, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. Can I just say also, I'm looking at another Vanilla Ice set, and I don't know if this was just because this was in Calgary last year.
Should have been there.
I don't know if this was like an artist couldn't make it or something, but he played a 15-song set.
Oof.
And 9 of the songs were covers.
What is he doing covered?
I don't know.
Weird.
So he does freestyle rap, Ride the Horse, Ninja Rap, freestyle rap again. So this makes me think that he is just freestyle rapping and not actually doing a song. Then he does Play That Funky Music. Then he covers Ice by Cascade. Then he plays Ice Ice Baby. Then he closes his set with 7 straight covers. Got Your Money by ODB, Just a Friend by Biz Markie, Wanna Be a Baller, Lil Troy, 24 Karat Magic by Bruno Mars, Paper Planes by MIA, Bartender Song by Rehab, and then No Woman, No Cry by Bob Marley.
What in the fuck is he up to? Can somebody talk to him?
I don't know. Could you imagine, like, because he was the headliner, I think, of the I Love the 90s tour. At least he certainly is on this concert poster. And yeah, you imagine going to see him. I mean, no, I can't imagine there's too many like massive Vanilla Ice fans who are like, God, he didn't play any of his own songs, but also to like pay to go see him. And then he does 9 straight covers to close the set.
It doesn't, and some of them you wouldn't even notice because some of them are like lesser known songs, but most of them are big fucking huge hits.
And covering Bruno Mars is very funny to me.
And MIA. MIA is the one that got me. Him covering, and No Woman No Cry is also very funny.
It's so funny.
And
anyway,
he doesn't like his music. I guess he because man, if I'm a nostalgia act, that's all I'm fucking doing. I'm going out on stage and I'm making sure that everybody fucking gets to hear like their favorite album cuts from the best-selling album, you know?
But I guess like he doesn't even have those really. Like, would enough people know like a Vanilla Ice album cut on a night-to-night basis?
I mean, more than probably would. I think that like there are songs off that album, maybe not. But I wonder if maybe I just overestimate how many people know, like some, because I fucking listened to that full album over and over. I was like 11 or 12, and it was
like just to the extreme. You mean?
Yeah. And I also really like the hardcore rap one that he did, Roll It Up or fuck, I can't remember what it was.
Hard to Swallow.
I put it in a poll, not Hard to Swallow. Yeah. There was the next one he did was like he had a song about smoking weed and like he grabbed a lot of my friends and stuff. Like I'll get you the
one
name.
Was called Mind Blowin'.
Mind Blowin'. Yeah. Do.
Yeah, the song that you're thinking of, I think, is Roll 'Em Up.
Yeah, Roll Up the Hootie Mac.
Yeah.
Nobody ever said Hootie Mac ever.
Yeah, like there just aren't enough people that know these songs. I wouldn't think. Like I think I would rather hear him cover Paper Planes than play Roll 'Em Up.
In 2008, he released an album called Vanilla Ice is Back. And I think it's all covers. I think that's where this comes from.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I'm trying to find the album cover, but yeah, because he covered Jump Around.
Back. Yeah, it is all covers. And he doesn't cover No Woman, No Cry, but he covers Buffalo Soldier. I love this. Like this album is fucking hilarious. So it's called Vanilla Ice is Back! !
Oh my God. I'm looking at it now.
And it has another version of Ice Ice Baby on it, which is amazing that he continues. Like, it feels like every time he releases an album, he's like, I got to do another version of Ice Ice Baby. So he's got Ice Ice Baby 2008. And then he covers You Dropped a Bomb on Me by the Gap Band, Fight the Power by Public Enemy, that's hilarious.
That's a good one. That's
Jump
really
Around
fun.
by House of Pain, Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot, You Gots to Chill by EPMD, I Got It Made, Special Ed, Buffalo Soldier, Bob Marley, Treat 'Em Right, Chub Rock, Insane in the Brain, Cypress Hill, and then 3 more remixes of Ice Ice Baby to close out the album. He's got the Rock Hero mix, the Club Crasher mix, and the New Romantic mix. So
I've never seen anything. I don't think I've ever seen something like maybe more inappropriate than Vanilla Ice doing Fight the Power. I cannot possibly think of something. You know that author that's all over Twitter, X, the everything website, that said he did blackface to find out about racism?
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, that is guy. Yeah, that is Vanilla Ice doing Fight the Power is like in the same.
It's musical blackface.
It's very funny. I have to. Baby Got Back is also such an odd song to cover. It's such an iconic song, and like, it was done right the first time. I don't know. He has some bad instincts when it comes to what to cover.
I just cannot believe how many albums he puts out.
I know.
He's
always doing
with Ice Ice Baby on it.
Every one of them.
It's like almost every album. Yep. Okay, so I'm looking. Okay, so Mind Blowin' does not. Then Hard to Swallow, 1998, as we know, has the like new metal version of Ice Ice Baby. Then he released Bipolar in 2001, which does not seem to have Ice Ice Baby. So he didn't actually put it on that one. So that's one album that doesn't have it on it. That's Bipolar. But then, yeah, Vanilla Ice is back, has 4 versions. He released an album called Platinum Underground in 2005 that has Ice Ice Baby on it and also has Ninja Rap 2 on it.
Yeah, gotta do a sequel because they made another Ninja Turtle
to that. And then in 2011, he released an album called WTF, which stood for Wisdom, Tenacity, and Focus. And that somehow does not have Ice Ice Baby on it. So he has released 7 studio albums, and on those 7 albums combined, there are 7 versions of Ice Ice Baby. So,
you know what's good about it too?
Pretty good.
Is that he's insanely successful at like flipping houses, and he
seems very like kind of normal.
Yeah, it's just fucking weird, man, what he's gotten up to. And believe me, when I read this thing, the first thing I thought was how weird CNC Music Factory is, and I still believe that's very strange. But the Vanilla Ice, I never knew about this covers album. That just blew my fucking mind that he would do Fight the Power.
I love it.
Yeah. So this last night though,
so back to so we had Bush and Skillet on night 2. Now we're on night 3 of Borderfest or whatever it's called.
You got Our Lady Peace, who is the headliner.
Yeah, you got to get your classic Canadians in there.
I know, but Scott Stapp if he's doing Creed songs is probably
that's bigger than OLP for sure. In Canada, though, it's honestly probably close. I would say it's close.
I think worldwide.
Oh, worldwide, Creed, it's not even close. But in Canada, like Our Lady Peace played arenas in Canada.
Yeah. So, well, I think they played them here too.
Oh, really? But like headlines.
Superman's dead, man.
Yeah, I mean
that thing is huge. That song was massive. Finger 11 and some band called Mother Earth. Now,
Mother Earth, that's a Canadian band. Yeah, they're like a Canadian like 90s like alt rock band.
We've looked at so many weird festivals on this show. This is, I'm going to say, the weirdest one.
It's a very weird collection of 3 days of bands because it's like every night is confusing. Like the I Love the 90s night is kind of its own thing, but then it makes no sense in comparison to the other 2 nights. And then night 2, if you like Skillet, you don't like Bush and vice versa. So it's very confusing to have those 2 together. And then on the 3rd night, it's just like such a funny collection of bands. But the 3rd night is the one that makes the most sense, at least. Like if you like Our Lady Peace, you probably like Creed at least a little bit.
I'm also gonna say this, John. Vanilla Ice's website is still incredibly active and has a fan picture wall mosaic where people can send pictures of themselves with Vanilla Ice, and there's just a fucking ton of them, and I can't imagine anybody ever doing that. But they have an image upload thing on here, and you can just upload images, and it's just picture after picture of guys standing with Vanilla Ice and him like pointing at them and stuff. It's just really, he's got it going on still, man.
Yeah, he's doing it smart. I mean, he's doing it smart. He does all these like I Love the 90s tours. And they're playing like decently sized venues. People clearly love him. He's playing the SoCal Taco Fest in San Diego, California.
I'd go to that if I was in San Diego. Yeah, that seems fine.
Why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, no. I mean, he's kind of figured it out. I also love that he has on his tour page a private event that he's playing in Dallas, Texas. Just including that. By the way, I'm also playing this private event.
I'm also gonna go. I'm going to see. I think I'm 99% positive I'm going to see Violent Femmes perform with our symphony orchestra here.
Oh God.
But it's right around my sister's birthday, and she's like, I want to go see Violent Femmes, and I'm like, I mean, I think I could enjoy a Violent Femmes concert, but I don't think I can do that with an orchestra there. That's a
weird combo. Like I saw Carly Rae Jepsen with an orchestra, and it was awesome.
Well, maybe Violent Femmes is just a stripped down band, though. That's where I'm like, like the draw of them is they're kind of stripped down and dirty. But let's get on to System of a Down before
let's do it.
The people get mad at us.
Well, I mean, I do like that part of our show now is just investigating very weird concerts and festivals. Dude, it seems like we do it so often now off the start of the show, but I love it every time.
It's so good. It's such a good thing to add onto the show because there's like, especially, I mean, all year these things are getting announced. And yeah, you got your Bonnaroo and your Coachella, but there's festivals in every city in the country, in the US and probably Canada. There's like crazy festivals where like they're like the Ohio State Fair every year has like a band a day where you're like, what? Ralph Tresvant is playing? What? I should look up the fair. But yeah,